are you? Happy New Year's Eve. So right now it is 9:21 in the morning on New Year's Eve 2022, so December the 31st of 2022. And I thought I would bring y'all along today with me because I am actually going to be making some chili today. My daughter requested my famous chili, so I'm going to be making it today, so y'all will see all of that. So I'm going to the market right now. I wanted to take y'all along. Yeah, and just see what I do kind of like on New Year's Eve. So for me, I basically do a number of different things and like regimens to like get me into the new year. I'm not a party animal when it comes to New Year's. Like, I really do look at it as a sacred time. And I look at it like me really speaking to God and really going into the new year with intention. But normally on New Year's Eve, I also just reflect on the year, right? And I reflect on the things that have evolved in the year, the things that I wanted to evolve that may have not evolved, right? What I have manifested, right? What has come to pass for me. So I kind of do like a look back, and also that helps me set proper intentions for the year, and how am I going to go about reaching the goals that I want to go, reach for next year, and just things of that nature. So I'm going to go over that entire process with you today. But yeah, come along with me. Don't mind me, don't mind my voice. I have been under the weather the last week or so. Not COVID, but I've had like real bad sinus issues going on. Before this video drops, my last video, which is going to be the video about for Christmas Eve, when we went to Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania, and that day was literally the coldest day of the winter, literally, and I'm not even joking, literally. And we still went, and I think from that, like, it really just messed me up. Like, my body is very sensitive, so it really messed me up. So the last week I have just really been like trying to getting better and getting like, healthy and everything else, because I've been like really sick. But yeah, so don't mind my voice. My voice is like going and coming, but I do feel good though. Like, I feel way better than I felt in the beginning of the week after us going along with Gore, and I feel better, but you just still hear like my body basically kicking out whatever tried to come and sit, right? But yeah, come along with me as I shop. Alright, y'all, so I'm back home now. Did my grocery shopping. Now I'm getting ready to start cooking. I have a couple dishes I need to clean up, and then I'm gonna start cooking and putting the chili on. Yeah, and then I'll move into doing my intentions, doing my review for 2020. So let's get into this. So hey y'all, I finally got done the chili, and now I'm about to move on to just looking at my cat. Hey Kobe, you say hi to the people. Say hi to friends. He makes all this noise, y'all. But now I'm getting ready to get into just doing a reflection. I did start a little bit of it before I went to the store this morning that I didn't record, but yeah, you can watch me finish that process, and I'll also just go through what I actually am doing to reflect, and then to like set my intentions and set my goals and my missions for next year, because I just feel like it's very important to make sure that you have at least clear intention and clear goals to do what you want to do. Like, have a goal for something, whether it be money, whether it be relationships, whether it be like your inner self getting better spiritually, or getting better with self-care or something like that. Like, I just feel like it's very good to have goals so that you can measure yourself and you can measure your milestones and how far you've come throughout the year. So yeah, let's get into that. While this chili is cooking in the slow cooker. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, while this chili is cooking in the slow cooker, we're gonna dive into that and try to get some stuff done today, y'all. Hey y'all, so let's get into some of the stuff that I went over for this year. Don't mind me, I'm still kind of like under the weather, but I'm not gonna let this stop me from doing what I gotta do, okay? Or like, you know, looking at what I need to look at. So, and I'll put everything on the screen so you guys can see, and in the description box, so you can also do this. Even if it's after New Year's, it's really good just to reflect on your past year, your past circumstances, to see like how far you've come, what you put in place that really progressed and manifest from last year, and what do you want to continue, and what do you want to you know, what new things do you want to manifest? What new things do you want to see come into your life? What new things do you need to decree and declare in your life so that it can show up properly in your life? So the categories that I'm going over and just doing a review of last year are relationships, friendships, family, like my family dynamic. I am going over money, how my finances were, personal finances, any business finances that I had, those type of things. I'm going over health. So how was my health? How do I feel about my health? Things of that nature. And I'm gonna go in detail within the categories. Spirituality. How do I feel like, you know, I was spiritually connected and in tune during last year? Emotional intelligence, my self-care, personal self-care, and then like myself viewpoint, right, or the way that I view myself, right, and self-trust. Like, how did I feel that I trusted myself? How did I feel that I trusted the things that I put out into the world last year, right? How do I feel like I trusted myself in making decisions? How do I feel like I trusted myself in pursuing the things that I wanted to pursue last year? How do I feel like I trusted myself in production and producing the things that I wanted to produce and being productive, right? Like, what does that look like for last year, and what did I see right, really happen? And did I trust myself in a lot of areas, or did I not? Did I waver, with trusting myself in a lot of areas last year? Then I'm going to also go over what worked in 2022. So, like, what things that I put in place in the beginning of the year? What things that I put in place in the beginning of the year that really panned out for me throughout the year, and I was able to sustain the majority of the year, and it really, really worked in my favor, right? So what are those things? What are some things that I put in place that did not work, right? What are those things, and why didn't they work, right? Did I lose interest in them, right? Did I not pursue them and dedicate enough time and be consistent on the goal that I set, so it didn't manifest, right? Like, things of that nature. Was I in the right headspace? Was I in the right mindset? So going over some of those things. And then I'm also going to go over my manifestations for 2022. So last year, so 2021 So going into 2020 and going into 2021 and coming into 2022, I set goals. So I set personal goals and I set business goals, right? And I also set manifestation goals, or like spiritual goals, like what do I want to do? How do I plan on getting there? Things of that nature. So I'm going to go over those as well to really be able to look effectively at last year and see, like, how I did, what I didn't do, the causes of me actually doing what I said I was going to do versus me doing what I wasn't going to do. What other things am I going to carry, or what things from last year am I also going to carry into and have intention in 2023? And how do I plan on reaching those goals? Are there new things that I want to do? Like, what was my mindset last year versus how it's changed right now, right? Because there's some things on that list from 2022 that I don't even really see myself doing anymore, or like, I don't feel like this right now is the time for it, right? I wasn't able to do it in 2022, but I lost interest, or I felt like that wasn't my route and that wasn't my journey to take, right? So some of the things honestly are obsolete that I even put on the list for last year now, right? Because I've grown within a year. I have seen things. I have grown personally, right? I've grown with emotional intelligence, and some of the stuff that I started off with last year, I don't even feel like that's my purpose, or that's what I'm supposed to do going into 2023. So yeah, let's get into all of this. So for my relationships, I have that I really learned a lot from a lot of my relationships that I had within 2022. I sustained majority of my relationships throughout the entire year, so that's a plus. And we all grew. Like, I'm all for growing, right? And within relationships, period, whether they be business relationships, whether they be friendships, whether they be romantic relationships, right? I just feel like you always have to continue to grow. So that's one of the things I do have down here for 2022. And I'm going to continue. My plans are to continue that within and going into 2023. So the next area is friendships. And a lot of my friendships were also sustained in 2022. A lot of my friendships also got stronger, and we went deeper in friendship, right? We had a lot of conversations. Like, I'm one of those type of people that I'm not a surface person. I'm not a person who's going to sit here and like talk about obsolete things, or like what's going on here, what's going on with this celebrity. I don't really care about all that. What I care about in friendship and covenant friendship is really like, how are you doing? Like, how are we going to project each other? Like, how are we going to hold each other accountable? Like, let's go deep and rooted things. Like, what's up with your childhood? Like, what's up with relationships? Like, what's really good with life, right? I'm one of those people that really likes to go deep and like to have friendships that there's no boundaries with going deep, right? Like we trust each other, we understand each other. There's a certain level of emotional intelligence that you have with a person to really be able to go deep. And in a lot of my friendships, I was able to do that. I was able to have a lot of conversations. We talked about a lot of things, right? We talked about anything. So, yeah, that was really, really good for 2022. Like, I feel like friendship wise, and sustaining those friendships and going deeper in friendship and covenant was so great. On the family front, family kind of stayed. Family was interesting. Some things progressed. It was like almost like a pull and a tug with family, honestly, in 2022. But I gained so much emotional intelligence with how to deal with my family, my extended family, the ones I talk to on a regular basis, my daughter, my daughter's family, my daughter's father, those type of things. So yeah, like it was really enlightening. I really grew a lot within that space, within just family dynamics in 2022. And I'm just looking forward to everything getting better and continuously getting better and better and better come 2023. So moving to money, I feel like for 2022, I did really well, right? Most of the year. And I'm, here, I just keep it real with y'all. Like, y'all like family, so we just gonna keep it all the way real. I feel like for the most part, I did really, really well. I was able to really get back on budgeting, like to the T every single week. I want to say, from about, I think I really honestly did it all year long. I budgeted, I saved, I did sinking funds. Like, I was on my stuff, and I still have all like my sinking funds every week. I'm still at it, right? End of the year though, I will say Christmas time, December, your girl kind of digressed a little bit, right? So we keeping it real, right? I definitely digressed. I was not on my budgeting as I should have been. Come like end of November into December, I was all into the holidays, all into shopping for everybody, went over budgets. Okay, I'ma just say that. Went over budgets. Okay. So yeah. So I think 2023, I'm definitely going to start now projecting for the end of the year so that I already have everything allocated for the end of the year up front. I want to have that by like summertime. So that's saved. So when it does come, I can stay on my journey, and I'm not like basically kind of like I'm not going to budget because I know I'm gonna overspend. No, like we're not doing it come 2023. So yeah, I would definitely want to keep the budget going throughout the whole entire year, and don't want any disruptions come Thanksgiving, Christmas, things like that. And Thanksgiving wasn't a big one because really, honestly, I used my holiday envelope for Thanksgiving. I was good. Christmas is the one. Christmas was the one. So we gonna change that in 2023. The next one is health. I feel like with my health, honestly, though I'm like recovering right now from being sick throughout the entire year of 2023, I feel like actually 2022, I said it, the whole year 2023, I meant 2022. The whole year of 2022, I really honestly feel like I really did well with my health, like way better than I've ever done. I'ma say that. Like, I stuck to really doing herbs and doing my supplements on a daily basis, taking those, making sure I took those. I was really more keen on like the things that I ate, making sure that I was cooking a lot more, and things of that nature. So health-wise, I do feel like I did a lot better this year. I also stayed in the gym this year, which is like major for me because I'll go to the gym a couple months and then fall off, right? And maybe like 6 months later, I'll go back to the gym for a couple months and fall off. But this year, I was really consistent. I want to say I started Planet Fitness maybe like January or February of 2022. And I changed from them to another gym in, I want to say, July. And I was continuing to go. Like I went all throughout the time I was at Planet Fitness. And then when I changed to a new gym, I went all throughout the year as well. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy about that. I tried a lot of different new healthy food. I did fast as well this year. Like I did a lot health wise. Like I was on my health. I'm not saying I couldn't improve, because I could, because I did. I did have my moments, but for the most part, I'm like proud that I do really feel like 2022 was one of my best years of really putting my health first and really, really making sure that I chose self-care when it came to health and like really, really striving for better health-wise. Next one is spirituality. So I feel like spirituality, I definitely did good in 2022. I don't know if I did better than I did in 2021. I'm trying to really remember 2021. But I definitely can enhance it. Okay. Definitely can enhance just being more spiritual, praying more, really meditating more, like staying in a positive mindset more, really setting intentions and doing affirmations and manifestations a lot more, just to be able to really spiritually be grounded and in tune to be able to really get what I need. I think that's going to be my major thing for 2023. Like, throughout everything, I think that's going to be the pivoting change. That's going to change a lot for me. So I do know I need improvement in that area. Though I think it was good, it could have been better in 2022. The next one is emotional intelligence. So I do feel like in 2022, I had a higher level of emotional intelligence. Not only just emotional intelligence, but I just feel like I had a higher level of making sure that I was held accountable. Like, and I'm the kind of person that also, like, I have accountability people, right? So a lot of my friendships are not just like surface friendships, as I said before. And I'm not a surface person. So honestly, I can't have surface friendships, right? So a lot of my friendships, we go deep, like I said, and a lot of times they're my accountability partners or accountability community, right? So I feel like I stayed grounded because I had accountability, and I was able to grow from a lot of my experiences in 2022. Like when things would happen, I would go to people and explain them, and they would be able to give me a higher level of insight and perspective from there. And that will also allow me to be accountable, right? But also see bigger than what I was seeing, right? So that's helped me, because all of those experiences help you move further and go further, right? And help you think differently when another experience comes. So I do feel like I definitely reached a higher level of just emotional intelligence in 2022. The next one is self-care. So I definitely feel like I did the damn thing with self-care in 2022. I made sure that I did like the nail salon on a regular basis. That's kind of always been me. Except in points in my life where I was having money struggles, right? But other than that, that's always kind of been a great thing for me. The second thing I made sure to do in 2022 was get massages. So that was like a major thing on my list. I feel like getting massages in 2021, I want to say. But I really kind of upped the ante in 2022. So that definitely helped. I do feel like I also, to a certain extent, stayed on my morning routine. Which, if you don't know what that is, I'll definitely do a video. I don't think I'll have anything on my channel right now about it, like in depth. So I'm gonna definitely do a video on like what my morning routine is, and how I take care of myself in the morning. But basically, it's things that I do in the morning time to take care of myself, take care of my mindset and me before the day start and I have to take care of everything else, right? So that's being a mom, working, getting on the phone with other people, being a friend of people, all of that, right? You got to give yourself some time. So I definitely feel like I had ebbs and flows of the morning routine in 2022. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't the best. I was not completely 100% persistent, but I was not completely off of it either, if that makes sense. So there is, like, in a month, I would say 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks out of that month, I did my morning routine. Is that the best? No. Was it always consistent? No. Right? There were some days I did it straight. Some days I didn't do it at all. I would do it here and there sometimes. So that I definitely know I need to enhance. But I think for me, I'm definitely 2023 going to try to do like a 48-hour self-care like weekend or something like that, where I just go away and really just give myself time to have time with myself, right? And pamper myself a little bit, do a little shopping, do a little something. I think I am going to try to incorporate that for 2023. And the last one I'm going to go over is self-trust. So I definitely feel like I really, really had a lot of self-trust in 2022. I felt like I really did trust myself in making decisions. Though I'm not saying I haven't done it before, but I really do, like, looking back, I really do feel like I trusted myself in making decisions. I trusted myself on, like, the path I was going on. I trusted myself in getting proper direction when I needed it from God, from angel guides, right? Those type of things. Like, I really did trust myself this year. Like, I really do feel like I had a lot of self-trust and a lot of self-confidence in trusting, like, you got this, right? You got this. Like, no matter what, like, you're going to be good, right? So I definitely had a lot of that in 2022. Now, moving on to, like, what I feel like worked, what I feel like, I'm going to just name, like, 3 or 4 things. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. But, what I feel like worked in 2022, though it wasn't perfect, right? Nothing is ever going to be perfect. But what I do feel like worked was me being on a personal budget, right? So I feel like 2022 has been the first year where, for majority of the year, like all of the year, I really stayed on a personal budget. So though the end of the year was a little crazy, I definitely am proud that I stayed consistent on doing that, right? So I do feel like that definitely worked, and I saw the fruits of my labor from doing it. Second thing I would say is being more consistent on YouTube. Though I'm telling you, you couldn't even tell that I was consistent, because I really wasn't. I was more consistent, though, than I've ever been with posting videos on YouTube in 2022 than I was in 2021 or previously. So I'm proud of that, because I do see, like, okay, there's some consistency. Though I'm not where I need to be, right, with posting and everything like that, I am getting to the point where I'm posting more and I'm seeing more, and my numbers are going up and things of that nature. So I definitely feel like it worked with me being a little bit more consistent and staying to it, even when I had times where I didn't post at all for months, right? I always came back to it and reinserted myself. Like, I'm not quitting. Like, where I might take a break, I might stop, I might whatever. but I'm going to reinsert myself and come back and do some type of dedication to this. So that I feel like was good too. I would say the third thing that really worked for me was going into 2022. I really wanted to like clean my space. Like I had a real big urge to just like clean my space, like declutter, clean everything, because ultimately I also feel like your environment directly affects your mindset. If you have a cluttered environment and all over the place environment, your mindset is going to be all over the place and cluttered, right? And I knew that to a certain extent, in order for me to level up, I have to keep and stay in a certain type of mindset. So 2022, when I went into 2022, I felt like I definitely wanted to declutter, get rid of things, clean my space, clean my orbit and my atmosphere, right? So I really did that in 2022. So that's one of the things that I feel like really worked and really was good for me. I was able to clean. I cleaned my whole house. I donated stuff. I gave stuff away. Like, when I tell you, I was not joking, and it really, really helped. I reorganized everything, and it really just changed a lot for me. Like, I don't come in my house and I'm not overwhelmed, or I'm not going in a closet. In the closet, everything is falling out of the closet, right? Like, I really do feel like I'm in a well-organized space, and when I'm well organized in my personal life, I can be well organized in my business life, right? So those type of things really helped me in 2022. So several manifestations that I feel like came to pass in 2022 were, so one, nobody knows this, but 2021 into 2022, I was low-key like manifesting it, that I would get, like, somebody would throw me a party, right? Like, so from 2021 going into 2022, I had really said, like, have somebody like throw me a party. Like, I want somebody to give me a party. Like, I want a party without me having to plan it or do anything, right? And I just low-key, like, it wasn't anything I continuously affirmed or did anything special to get it. I just really thought about it, right? And was like, that would be really, really nice. Like, I just kind of like set the intention for it. And my brother, the one that I love so much, this year for my birthday in July, threw me a party. And I had so much fun, and so many wonderful people came and showed up to it. And I was just in wow, because I was like, yo, like, I low-key manifested it. He doesn't even know this, but I low-key manifested. He came to me maybe like a couple months later and was like, I'm throwing you a party this year. And I was like, what? So I would definitely say that. Continuing to have more money than I needed, that was like something that was an affirmation that I was definitely reciting and going into 2022. Just really like thinking about that. So that was great, because that definitely happened the whole entire year. Another thing was, when I went into 2022, I really wanted to, or like I would say mid 2022, I wanted to be able to like, get new furniture, get a new TV, stuff like that. And I kept trying to figure out, like, all right, like, we'll see, like, what happens, whatever. I'm going to just say it manifested. Okay, I'm sitting on my new couch, and there is my new TV. So, yeah, that definitely was another one. So, yeah, like, just looking back on 2022, like, don't get me wrong, there were things business-wise that I wanted to get done that I feel like I did not get done, right? But on a personal level, like really on a personal level, I just feel like I did great things in 2022 on a personal level. So I am very proud about that. And I do also feel like, in a way, it's preparing me, like God is preparing me and kind of wanting me to get my ish together on a personal level so that I can be blessed on a business level when it came, and I can be prepared, right? So I feel like almost like 2022 was preparation. For those who, if you're new here, right, and just looking back, giving a look back on like the last 3 years, so like 2020, 2021, 2022. 2020 was crazy for everybody. Pandemic broke out. You didn't know if you were gonna die, right? Family members were passing away. It was just crazy mayhem. The supply chain was crazy. It was just so much going on. And it really made you value life. It really made you value your family more. It made you value things and just life more, right? A lot of people even value their time more. I'm not going back to a job. They valued their passions more. 2020 was a life-changing year on so many different levels. And for me personally, I lost my mom 2020. So that was a real crazy year for me. And I feel like 2021 was kind of my getting over the hump year, almost, from losing a person so that you were so close to, the womb you came from, and everything else. It was a lot, right? And I feel like 2021 was the year of my first as well. So it was the year that I had the first Christmas without my mom. I had her birthday came and she wasn't here, right? Mother's Day, right? My birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything. And her birthday is New Year's. So all of that was the year of the first. So it was a lot. 2021 was definitely a lot. But I feel like 2022, things got a little better, and I was kind of I just feel like 2022 was it's almost like you going over a mountain, right? And there's a journey over as you go over it, right? And as you come on the other side of it. And I feel like 2020 was the low pit of the mountain, right? 2022, we were kind of on a little angle, right? We were at the top, but it was we just really went through a whole lot getting up here, right? And then I feel like 2022 was all right, we're coming down, we're preparing to come down, and at the bottom, right, at the bottom of this high behind mountain, right, is a common, abundant valley, right? So I feel like 2022 was kind of the preparing year. And we shall see what 2023 brings. So yeah, that's kind of me just doing a retro of me looking back at 2022. So y'all, I think I'm gonna sit and I'm going to sit and I think I'm gonna watch a little something for a second. I'm gonna check on the chili, and then yeah, let's see how the rest of the day goes. Come along with me. And this is the final touches, y'all. Chili is all done. I made some white rice, y'all see that, and then I poured the chili over top. I have those chips that I bought from Trader Joe's, the crackers I bought, and then the bread I bought. Yeah, and we are about to tear this up. Now I'm getting ready to cut her braids out, y'all. What time is it?
4:41.
4:41? You ready to get your hair cut out? You gonna take it out today? Okay. So now I'm just putting the rest of the chili up. It was so good, y'all. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna just relax, watch a little movie. I have a couple videos I need to really edit, that I haven't. And I'm sitting here trying to think if I'm gonna do a year in review video. I don't really know. We'll see how that turns out. or if I'm gonna do it at all. But yeah, this is a real chill Christmas Eve. I'm gonna get a little wine later, just relax. But I tell you, kids is cop blockers, okay? They cop blockers. It is literally almost New Year. 1 minute.